Oh, I told y'all we was coming back. It may not have been exactly what I said, but it's close enough. I got a queen in the house for you. But before we get started, I always got to check my Facebook because I want to make sure y'all can see us. And I want to make sure that we are definitely on and you're going, okay, so yeah, we live. This is what
We live.
wherever you are, the first thing I want to ask you to do is really go get a pen, go get a piece of paper. Then I want you to go get your favorite beverage. And then I want you to tag a friend. I want you to do all of that because all of that is necessary for what's about to transpire. I want to let you know that we were late, and we were late only because this queen, we can't keep our hands on her because she's just moving a mile a minute, and the world needs her just like we do tonight. She was accepting an award, and for that we give her grace and we say homage, queen. Yes, that part. Yes. So, but for that, as you know, I have to take some time right now to introduce the platform. And this is the thing. Queen. Precious, I'm going to introduce you in a minute. The world really needs to know who you are.
Girl, listen, do you. I'm right here with you.
Thank you. But, Precious, I have to tell the truth. I'm an imposter. I can't see. Girl, we gotta put on our glasses. Now I can see it. Now we can talk. Tag a friend. Come on in and tag a friend. We got something to say. And I'm getting ready to share with several of my groups because I want to make sure as many people as possible get to hear from you, Queen. I am so honored to have you here today. Not only as my fellow sister, friend, but also because it's so important that we elevate the voices of Black women out in the world that are doing great things. And anything that I can do in my platform to help elevate that voice, that's what we're here to do. And today makes no exception to the rule, but I am truly putting you on everything that I know and love, baby, because I'm trying to get you as much love as I possibly can, because you deserve that.
Thank you.
And so much more. You deserve that and so much more. So I think I've tagged enough people, but if you're out there in the world, please do tag a friend. Let me know you here. I don't see you. I see people watching, but you haven't introduced yourself. While you're doing all those instructions that I gave you in the beginning of this conversation, let me just start off with this platform. And for those of you who have been here before, welcome back. For those of you that this is your first time, this is Fit Live. Fit is here. We're here to highlight both the journey and the success stories of professionals and entrepreneurs of color. We want to explore all the important and necessary information to help guide, inspire, and encourage all aspiring business owners, but especially professionals of color. We plan to equip you with specific concrete tools, tips, and tricks that will lead you towards your own success, not only in business, but in life. And the question I ask every day and all day, are you ready to get fit? Are you ready to throw down? Yes, we are. What is fit? Fit means that fit is faith, intuition, and tenacity. Faith, the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things unseen. Intuition, being able to trust yourself to when it's talking to you, to know when to move, when to stand, and when to go. You got to know. And you got to trust yourself when you're moving through life. And then tenacity, go get it done with everything you have. Right now is not a game. It's not playtime, it's game time. And I ask you where you are on your journey. And if it's not game time for you, I don't know what you're playing at, because life is very short and tomorrow is not promised to any of us. So let's make sure that we get the most out of every single day. That's what this platform is about. I'm bringing to you powerful, amazing queens that have gone the journey. They've gone the path that you're trying to go. Let's learn from them. It's storytelling time, y'all. And the way that we really build is when we come together in community. If I'm sitting here just talking to you, and you know what? and you're not taking notes or you're not engaging, then it's information. The seeds aren't being planted on solid soil. Right today, we want to plant some seeds that's going to prosper, that's going to grow and get you to where you want to be in your life. So without further ado, let me introduce to you the guest of the hour. And her name is Precious L. Williams. Let me tell you a little bit about Precious. Have you met the full figure diva who has taken the business world by storm and won big? Well, now you have Precious L. Williams, also affectionately known as the Killer Pitch Master, can help you slay all competitions. Hashtag slay all competitions with her killer elevator pitch, media pitches, and investor pitches. Precious is a world class master communicator who works with successful entrepreneurs and speakers and helps them to take their professional pitching and speaking skills to the next level. Over 26 years of experience in creating unique speaking and public speaking techniques, Williams is also known for her innovation training programs and services to her clients and sales teams at Fortune 500 companies. These companies include Google, Microsoft, LinkedIn, NBC Universal.
What?
A 13-time National Business Elevator Pitch Champion. I'm just going to say that for myself again. As a 13-time National Business Elevator Pitch Champion, Williams has been on top television shows and publications for her pitching, branding, and professional speaking skills. She was featured on season 8 of ABC Shark Tank, Forbes magazine, CNN, ABC, MSNBC, Wall Street Journey, the movie Leap, as well as several other around the world. In 2019 and in 2020, Precious became a 2-time best-selling author and the #1 book series, Bad Bitches and Power Pitches. But that's not what it says. It says Bad Bitches with Power Pitches for women entrepreneurs and speakers only, and has been featured in the Times Square billboards, top podcasts, and stages around the world. I am not going to, because I could go on. Look, I could keep reading and I could keep reading, but I know y'all came to get into conversation. So if you haven't grabbed a friend right now, tag somebody. Tag somebody. She got something to say. You might have waited an hour, but I want to tell you it's going to be worth it. Excited. And without further ado, wherever you are, stand up. Give this queen a round of applause. Thank you, queen.
Thank you.
So have you, Precious L. Williams?
You know, I be trying in these streets. I be trying.
So how you doing today, girl? You just got an award.
Queen, it's been a big day.
Boo, you stood me up. I want to know what the award was.
Listen. It was the Akaba Women of Impact Award. And we were supposed to start at 6 o'clock. We wound up starting around 6:27. And that's when I got nervous. I said, yeah, this ain't going to end well. So I texted you immediately, like, we ain't going to play that game. This is what's happening. What can we do, Queen? And again, today has been a very, very big day because at 12 o'clock today, I was on a very prestigious podcast. And then I trained at LinkedIn today. I did a pitch training for this particular sales team inside of LinkedIn. And then, getting ready for the award ceremony and then getting here. So it's been a very big day for me. It's been a very emotional day because, as some of you may not know, there was some dark times in my life. So to get awards and know I earned it, it wasn't because somebody just dropped my name. I earned these. And just knowing that there are people who are watching what I'm doing and blessing me with these opportunities. And I wanted to honor my grandmother and my grandfather, because I'm gonna tell you, my grandmother, when I was a little girl, told me who I was gonna be. She told me. I don't know how she knew it, but she told me. And everything she said is bearing fruit. And it may be in my 40s, my late 30s and early 40s, but it doesn't matter when it happens. The fact is, it happened.
Oh my God. Well, Queen, I want to say, I have a team of women that I mentor that I think the world of, and they are my heartbeats. And it's because of them that you're here today, because they reached out, they say, Cheryl, you got to interview Precious. You got to put her on the Fit Live platform. I said, who is Precious? They said, no, Precious L. Williams, you got to talk to her. So I'm so thankful that you're here. And even though you and I don't have a long history, I feel like I know you in my heart and my spirit. So I want to thank you for trusting me and coming on this platform to talk to the audience today. But I want to start off with asking you a question. Precious, what are you passionate? What are you passionate?
You know what I'm passionate about? I'm passionate about seeing women who gave up on themselves, who almost gave up until they heard something I said, or I said something different from what they're used to hearing. And the spark grows, and you see that light come on in their eyes. I love it when I'm meeting our young people. Yeah, I never thought at 42 I'd say young people, but I'm going to say it. Our young people who don't even know how great they really are because they're young. They have no idea the talent that they have inside. And when someone like me can love them and nurture them and show them the possibilities, I want to show kids how to write their own paychecks just like grown women. Write your own paycheck. And I'm not saying that entrepreneurship is for everyone, but I am saying that a lot of us play ourselves too short and only reach so high. And I remember that I had a basketball coach. He wasn't like I didn't play basketball, but he was Coach Hightower at Beaumont High School. And he always used to tell me, "Shoot for the moon, Precious. Shoot for the moon. And if you don't make it, you'll just fall among the stars." And I always remembered that, right? So it's like if my aim isn't high enough, then anything will do. But when it's really, really high, I'm going to scare people. I'm even going to scare myself. And it's going to make me want it bad because I got to prove something, not to them, but I got to prove it to myself that I'm worth it. Right. And I always love that L'Oreal thing because we're worth it. Yes, we are. Yes. And so how dare I show up and give the bare minimum because there are too many people watching me. And it's a great Ty Goodwin always says, until you step into your purpose, another woman can't step into hers.
I love it, Precious. I love all of that. I love all of that. So, this is my audience, and my demographic are women anywhere from the ages of 25 to 45.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even mix in a little older than that. But these women right now, especially, now the world's starting to open back up and things are starting to open back up, but they're entrepreneurs. Some of them are corporate, but a lot of them are entrepreneurs and they're looking to really understand how can they position themselves, especially when it comes to entrepreneurship. And you said it the best, person. It's not for everybody. It really isn't. Girl, if I would have talked to you, like I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. But it has truly tested me on so many different levels. What advice do you give to them? What do you say to them? What do you say to them?
What do I say to those budding entrepreneurs or those who've been in the game a while? It's just like ready to give up. First of all, this ain't easy. I don't care how many magazines, I don't care how many Birkin bags you see, I don't care how many gold chains, I don't care how many yacht tips you see. This is not easy. I don't know who you think it is easy for, right? I didn't come from money. I didn't have connections. I didn't have any of that growing up in the hood of St. Louis, Missouri. And that's why this year and last year I cried a lot. I cried in pure joy because for all the people who told me it was impossible. It was impossible that I would be able to live in New York. It was impossible for me to become an attorney. It was impossible for me to get into Spelman College on a full scholarship. It was impossible for me to survive being almost murdered by my mother on November 18th, 1991. That's 30 years ago. It was impossible. I'm still here. So I'm possible. And, when it comes to entrepreneurship, some of the greatest entrepreneurs, if we really were keeping it a buck, failed. They had some sort of failure that propelled them to success because they were starting over from experience. Listen, times change, regulations change, laws change. What was great for 50 years may not be anymore just because of a regulation. And sometimes you got to pivot. And sometimes it's just like, you know what? Let's shut this down. What am I more passionate about now? Like I was passionate about being an attorney until I was one.
Hello, did you hear that?
Until I was one, I was like, this is boring. And the thought of 40 years of doing something I did not want to do. And everybody telling me it's the safe thing, man, bump safe. I don't want to be safe. And that's just me. I don't live in the like
Thank you.
security is great, but like safety, that's boring to me. I
Yes.
want to dance. Like my friend Regina, I think I want to dance on paper. I want to dance in life. Remember what Drake said in Nicki Minaj's song "Moment for Life"? Everybody dies, but not everybody lives. Baby, I'm gonna live this life. I'm gonna live this life. Yes, I hit rock bottom a couple of times. Yes, I've eaten out of garbage cans. Yes, I rode in the subways on and on and on until I landed at the Bowery Mission Women's Center. But here's the thing: you could throw it in my face. I've already run and told that like Martin Lawrence. I've run and told it already. So if you think it's gonna hurt me, it's not. In fact, it's gonna for the people who were hesitant, it's gonna let them know she went through it and it wasn't a game. No, it wasn't a game. I went through hell and back to get here. And my job is to make sure that you don't go through the same hell or it's a lesser degree, but you will pay for success. And I know you know that, Cheryl. You're gonna pay for success. You're
Yes.
gonna pay for it in advance.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't care what you
Yes, ma'am. There's a price to pay for
there
everything.
is a price to pay. And Doreen Rainey always said this at her conference: success is paid for in advance. Oh, it's gonna take a toll on you. Oh, people ain't gonna know you like they used to. Oh, it's not as easy as it looks, and you can't put a Birkin bag over hurt feelings. You can't put a Birkin bag over any of that. But what you can do is recognize that you're the Birkin bag. Invest in yourself.
Speak, speak, speak. Oh my
Listen, that's all I can do. That's all I can do in these
Wait a
streets.
minute. So wait a minute. That's my coach. That's Devona McClinton. She said yes.
Listen, I know. Listen, that's what I'm talking about, Devonna.
Yes. Okay. So here goes the thing. Why don't you tell them about? You got to tell them the story about Curvy Girls because I just when you told me that story, girl, I was almost falling off my. Can you please tell them the story about Curvy Girls? How it came to be. I know it was something that, like you said, never all the things that people told you can't. And I'm so tired of. And just another thing. Let me just say to my family: stop killing people's dreams. Just because you don't want to do it, move out the way and let them do it. Move out the way and let them do it. But anyway, please, Precious L.
Let's put a pin in that and circle back. We're gonna go backfield in motion. Okay, can we go backfield in motion? Well, so with Curvy Girls Lingerie, so I was a disgruntled attorney. I was in a 7-year relationship, and when it's a wrap. It's like Shark Tank. I'm out, and I left on March 15, 2010. So that was 11 years ago, and I remember calling one of my homeboys and being like, look, I need a place to stay. He had an apartment around the corner. I moved in and it was lonely. I've been with the same man 7 years, knew him since high school. So me and my girls, we put a little ad on the website. And I met a very famous Hollywood actor. I met a swimming instructor at a private school. And I also met a record producer. These are amazing brothers. But when I met the actor, girl, toe up from the flow up. That's how I felt because I didn't look like I look today. I was wearing flats. I was just looking bummish, and I had no style. And I remember waiting outside the restaurant for him, Sardi's restaurant, and he walked across the street. And that girl, when I tell you time stood still, it was like heaven, earth, fate, and destiny collided. And we had just the most amazing date. He didn't even kiss me, which I didn't expect. I was like, I'm 327 pounds. I know he ain't trying to holler, And when I got home that night, he texted me and said, let's do it again. You go, who? You go, what? Word? And then we went on our second date, and then it just kept going. And I felt like if we were ever gonna go there, I need to be right in these streets. And I couldn't find anything sexy. And again, I was a size 28, but still, I need something to showcase. If this Victoria's Secret got angels, shoot, welcome to Victoria's Closet. Like, here we go. And because I couldn't find it, it always stood in my mind. And I said, I'd love to create a company. And the name came to me instantly, Curvy Girls Lingerie. And, I'm telling my friends, yeah, I'm going to start that. And they're just like, first of all, you're too fat, you're too black, you don't have an Ivy League degree. But even deeply underneath that, they were like, you don't have a business degree. You've never run anything. What are you talking about? Da, da, da. And I could have listened. Let's be clear. I could have listened, but I just knew that my difference was going to work. It was going to work in my favor. I just knew it. I was like, everybody's can be a Victoria's Secret angel, but a lot of us can be in Victoria's Closet.
Right.
So, I had negative $40 in my bank account, no money coming in, wasn't an attorney, wasn't working at a firm or anything. So I got this thing in the mail from Crane Small Business Awards. It was $300. I ain't got no money. Still got negative $400 in my bank account. But God told me, you're going to do this through media. Again, it makes no sense. As Joel Osteen says, in the natural, that makes no sense. In the supernatural, it was already written, right? All this was going to play out. Went to this event, Calvin Klein dress, 3 pairs of shapewear, got to hold it in. Walked up to the producers with all that swag goo that Beyonce got, dripping in swag goo. And I pitched, not knowing how to do it. And it is a testament. They laughed at me at first. I ain't gonna lie, they laughed at me. And I'm thinking, man, I messed up. But I gotta pick your face off the floor, just stand. And they were like, no, that was really good. That was really, really good. Have you heard of our show Elevator Pitch? I hadn't heard of that show, but y'all know how we do. Yeah, oh man, that's the show. You never heard of it. They was like, we're gonna bring the host over to talk to you. Did you go, who? Could this really happen? Am I really this close to talking my way on a national television? My God, am I really gonna do the true impossible as a Black chick, Black on both sides? And when I tell you, the host came over to talk to me, but then she got called on the stage to get an award. Her booking producer, tall, elegant Black woman. She's like, where that pitch at? I'm just pitching. Don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just going in, ham and cheese, peanut butter and jelly on her. She said, stop. You can be on the show.
Wow.
It was dark. It was at night. And she couldn't see the tears behind my glasses because Lord knows I was like, they said I couldn't do it. And I just did. Oh, and by the way, for those of you who really want to know the true tea, my company didn't exist in real life. It was only in my mind. Only in my mind. And so by the time I actually was on the show, and it drove me to Rockefeller Center in a cream-colored Cadillac Escalade. I thought you get no better than that. Went in the makeup. My friend was supposed to do my makeup. She didn't show up. She didn't believe I was telling the truth. But when I hit that set and saw my lingerie and I saw the investors, and I stood on my ex in my 327-pound body size 28, when they said action, I went in. And in 54 seconds, I walked away with $500,000. When I tell you,
okay,
you get $400.
You need to go call and tag a friend on that alone. Did you hear?
Listen. Let me tell you something. We rarely acknowledge as great as people of color, women of color, whatever. We've spent so much time watching others make it, and it's almost like a birthright. But when we stand in our power, and when we use some of those same tactics and techniques and demand to be seen and demand to be paid, listen, you have to walk away from some things. And that's cool. That's true. All of us have had to walk away from something. Listen, you not trying to pay doesn't mean I have to show up. You telling me about exposure, I ain't got to be there for exposure. You check my resume. My receipts look better than yours. I'm good. And one of the things about, I always look at, men, or white men or any of them, and think about all the times they get like played by a woman, they're trying, like they may overweight or whatever, but they coming hard. They really think they got a chance. They always think they have a chance. Why can't I? Why can't we? We got a chance. You just may luck up and blow them away. And so I will always tell y'all, your perceived flaws are your secret weapon. They never see you coming. So just because I'm a Black woman on both sides, just because I'm a chubby girl wonder, just because I'm a female MacGyver business, I studied the game from a level that you don't even understand. And because I've always studied you, you don't know how I move. And because you don't know how I move, I'm going to bless that microphone. I'm going to hashtag rock the mic, and I'm going to give you hashtag speaker tales. So my story is all the way through and through. Did I think when I started that I would be a corporate trainer for the biggest companies in the world? No. Did I think I would be a 3-time, can we say it again? Not just 2-time, 3-time #1 best-selling author. We start off with Bad Bitches and Power Pitches for women entrepreneurs and speakers only. Then we hit them with the workbook. But this book right here, Pitching for Profit, the Bad Bitches Playbook to Convert Conversations into Currency, you better stop it. This book is about how do you build and rebuild relationships, lucrative relationships. Some of us have been playing in the same sandbox for too long. Some of us want to be on the Chitlin circuit forever. I know, no, no.
Thank you.
Some of us think that we can only get in through ERGs. No.
Thank you.
But the right relationships will make sure. I was homeless 3 years ago. I ain't gonna be homeless. I'm sitting in beautiful Vermont right now. It was snowing this morning. I woke up, I thought it was Christmas. I didn't even know where I was. But I have the type of friends that be like, come up to Vermont. Let us heal you from the inside out. Let us take you to these family farms. Let you see how eggs really are, how they come out. We just had steak the other night from a farm up the block. When's the last time you ever went to a farm and did anything? I've never. But do you see how different when you're around different people, they will expose you to different things?
Yes, ma'am.
Matter of fact, I won an award tonight, right? And so they wanted to be around me to see it. And it was a Woman of Impact Award for Black women. My friends aren't Black. And they were cheering me on genuinely. Genuinely. And it's not about just finding white friends or Latinx friends or Asian. It's where's the tribe that fits your vibe? Where do you need to be so that they can see that there's more depth and breadth to us than just what they read and see on the news?
Yes, ma'am.
Don't think it's lost on me for a second that I've spoken at LinkedIn and now I'm a corporate trainer there and I can speak to this department and this department or whatever. And it's not the ERGs anymore. It's not. It's literally, hey, Precious, we saw you speaking there. Oh, you got a recommendation. Can you come through and do this? Oh, what are your rates? Let me just when they ask you what your rates are, it's a done deal. That means there's coin involved. But if it's just like, you just come through, what I'm saying, have us on your, I don't need to have you. I don't even have a resume. I'm not trying to get a job.
Thank you. I love it. I love it. And Precious, I'm sitting here just in on the edge of my seat on every word that you're saying. To my audience, I say to you, if you haven't tagged a friend already, please do. Everybody needs to know this queen, especially if you're an entrepreneur. You need to hear her message. This woman not has one book, two books, but 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, 3 #1 bestsellers.
Just came out with a new one, The Perfect Pitch. I want to say to you, if you are looking to really elevate, let me say something to you. She just said something that was so valuable. She said, playing in the same sandbox. We have to elevate our thinking. Who are you and who do you want to be? Let's move towards that paradigm. And in order to get there, you can't continue to play in the same spot you've been playing with the same people you've been playing. You got to be willing to let go. You got to be willing to be vulnerable, and you got to be willing to step out of your comfort zone. But I will tell you something that my mentor, by the way, Precious, is Les Brown.
Yep.
And Les told me a long time ago, he said, baby, when you jump off the cliff, he said, you will develop wings on the way down. That was a scary thought to me. Jump off the cliff and get wings on the way down? But it's true. You do, because when you let go of what you know, you automatically, the universe brings you something new. Trust me.
It's about stretching you, right? So you can think, oh, I'm just hanging with these people. People ain't doing nothing. They were doing the same thing 2 years ago. Why are you still with them?
Yes, I want to say to you guys, this is not meant to be a monologue. Yeah, I'm here to talk to Precious, but I brought Precious for you. And if you're not here asking questions, then you are missing the most amazing opportunity ever. Ask questions, engage with this queen. Now you got her. You got her. Full platform. Engage with her and ask questions. So if you could, for me, queen, if you could, and I don't know nobody that uses that word more than me, but you. I think I use it so much. People probably get tired of me saying queen, but I really don't care because you are.
Okay, that's all I want to listen. That's how we do it.
I keep calling you what you are, and that's a queen. So, queen, please tell me this. What is the perfect pitch?
The perfect pitch, in a nutshell,
Get her book. We gotta make her number 1.
Well, here's the thing. The perfect pitch is the pitch that is perfect for you, not for everybody else. So unlike a lot of people who go to Google and they find this little formula and think it works, baby, I smoke people like that every day. The perfect pitch needs to be personal. It needs to address the challenges that your target market is actually facing. A lot of us, we talk about how great our products and services are, but it can't, no one's hearing it because they don't think it applies to them. So once we can do the basics like who you are, what you do, who you serve, what's your secret sauce, what do you do better than anybody else, and then a powerful call to action. That's basic. What you'll see a lot of gurus do is features big picture, but no foundation. You need to know the foundation of pitching before you just go and go crazy. Now, I admit I didn't know how to pitch when I started, and I just intuitively, I've been speaking since I was 16 years old. And although that could give me a leg up, it didn't teach me how to pitch in 23 seconds. It didn't teach me how to pitch in 54 seconds. But when I started learning the tools of the trade and really studying my craft, that's when I realized the difference between me and most people is I'm a champion at this. I can judge pitch competitions now. I can create pitch competitions, but I've stood in your shoes and I've sold dreams. I've sold dreams that became reality. And so when you are pitching and you want to truly kill the game, if you don't educate your target market on what they're and really define what their problem is, all the solutions in the world are going to go past them because they can't see that it's relevant. It's kind of like with pitching, right? When I started talking about pitching years ago, they were like, oh, you just do that for Shark Tank. I'm like, no, you do it in everyday life. Every time you talk about that no good man, no good woman in your life, that good meal, that bad meal, that job you hate, the job you love, or opportunities that came out of nowhere, that's a pitch. It's a pitch. Because you're getting them interested in what you want to talk about, and now you're the focal point of attention. Yo, we going in. I want to hear more about that. I want the true tea. Hashtag true tea. But when you add strategy, cunning, and precision and bring it into the business realm, as a speaker, I know some of y'all tired of being asked to speak for free. Wouldn't you like to be hashtag book busy and paid?
Hello, somebody. Are you listening?
We don't play no games. We don't play like I want you to be at a level where when people come to you with some BS stuff, you're just like, you don't even hear them. If they're not coming with dollars and cents, if they're not coming up with the right target market, why are you there? Why are you there? I'm not your marketing plan. I'm not your marketing plan.
Thank you.
You're asking me to come with all these fans and followers. Yeah, I got it. What you got?
Hello.
Oh, I'm wrong. Oh, I'm wrong for saying it, right? I ain't wrong. The reason why you can't get to an Oprah or the Tyler Perry or the President Barack Obama, Michelle, listen, that's for a reason. You got to be at a certain level to talk to them. So why can't they be the same with you? When you elevate your mind, you can't hang around people who want to talk the same noise all day long about nothing. This isn't Seinfeld. This isn't a show about nothing. Although we did love a show about nothing years ago. And so you have to be a master storyteller. You have to be a master storyteller. You have to set a scene in the audience's mind of where you want them to go. When you're pitching as a speaker, you're pitching in the perfect job interview. They already know that everyone can do the job who's getting the interview. How are you going to show them that you can come in and be a part of that company culture, or you can transcend the culture to the next stage, right? What things can you throw out at them that's going to be like, oh, I never would have thought of that, and already had that weaved into your pitches and answering that question of, so tell us a little about yourself, the one that we all hate. I want you to think about it from a different perspective. Oh, and the strengths and weaknesses. I don't even bother with that. I don't even bother with that. And then if you're at a networking event, what can you say to truly stand out? When I say ladies, raise your hands if you want to be a bad bitch with a power pitch. Yeah, I said it. And fellas, I see you. I'm forgetting about you. Fellas, raise your hands if you want to be a bad man with a master pitching plan. Well, then you come to the right place. My name is Precious Williams, and I'm the proud founder and CEO of Perfect Pitches by Precious. And I literally create the most killer elevator pitches, media pitches, investor pitches, speaker pitches, and interview pitches. I am a world-class master communicator. I am not a jack of all trades and a master of none. I understand communication. I teach, train, and consult on communication skills. I'm a communication skills expert. I'm the killer pitch master sitting here to help you slay all competition. So you are always booked, busy, and paid. You ain't begging nobody for nothing. They're coming to you. You want the VIPs to come see you? Come check me. My website is www.perfectpitchesbyprecious.com. Come see why the sharks even were in awe of me. Yeah, I'm black on both sides. Yeah, I'm a full figure diva. Yeah, I'm the female MacGyver of business. Yeah, you've been served. Thanks.
Okay. I'm just saying.
She's like, girl, and yes, not everybody has my personality, and it's okay too.
This queen has been on MSNBC. This queen has been on Shark Tank. So she's not speaking smoke and mirrors to you. She's speaking facts. What you see, authenticity. What you see is her. And the messaging is, are you being you? And how are you developing your plan? Are you selling an idea or are you selling you?
Mm-hmm.
And I hear from you, at least what I hear is you're selling you and your passion behind what you do. Yep. That's far more powerful than me trying to sell you something that's unattached. It's unattached. This is attached. This is who I am. This is what I do. This is what I believe. This is what I drink, eat, sleep, and believe. Like, it is me, which is far more powerful. Oh my God.
Remember, and pitching is even greater for our service-based entrepreneurs and speakers because people can't see what you do. Yes, I have receipts, so you can see that, but like, they can't often see what we do. So how can we convince them to take it, what you say, faith? You haven't seen it, but you believe it. Right? And so we're on FIT TV, we're on Fit TV. Like, if I haven't painted a picture in your mind, if I haven't shown you results, if I haven't educated you on what you're missing, if I haven't told you how to tell a story, and if you don't let your perceived flaws be your secret weapon, it's a done deal. And even though, baby, I've been doing this for so long, I could throw out so many different things, and you think, oh, well, I can go and do the same for everybody else. I'd be like, okay, it's a lot of people who talk about elevator pitching all of a sudden today. I noticed that. It's like when the pandemic, everybody was trying to come out with online courses, and most of them crashed and burned because they had no audience. And I was like, see, I know it sounds good coming out of a big guru's mouth. I know it sounds awesome. But remember, they have a network. They can spend millions of dollars on ads. You can't. So what can you do? You can pitch with the best of them. You can get others to pay attention to what you're doing. What kind of content are you putting out? What kind of postings are you putting out? You should be strategic.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
You just need strategy, cunning, and precision. That's what you need.
Say that again. Oh, I can't type that fast. Can you slow that one down and say it again, please?
Strategy, cunning, precision.
Okay, let me do a strategy. That's when I'm trying to be cute, and I'm
trying to be cute.
Right, look at this. Like, okay, now we go. Strategy,
cunning, precision.
And what's the last one?
Precision.
Precision. Break it down for me, Queen. I need to know.
So precision, you're like just being precise with things and just being like, you know how people just throw away fluff words? No. We can't be fluffing in these streets. It's too many people trying to do what you're doing. So to set yourself apart, a pitch should always be concise. A pitch should always, just give enough. Just give them a little taste. Give them a juicy morsel of more to come. That's what a pitch is. It ain't the whole plate. You ain't got to throw everything you've done. Like when you stopped, I love what you said, I ain't got to read no further. Baby, you could have stopped at the first paragraph. That's all they needed. Because I'll do the rest. I don't worry about none of that. Even if you don't introduce me, baby. None of that. It's like this. Like Dr. Sherwood always says, be ready so you don't have to get ready. If I'm never introduced, baby, no matter who's on stage, you're gonna remember Precious Williams. And I love that your mentor is Les Brown. I remember meeting him I spoke at an event with Dr. Sherwood years ago, and I met Dr. Stacy NC Grant. And I'm so nervous talking in front of her, right? Because I knew she was working with. And she asked me, she said, "Would you like to meet Les Brown?" And I'm looking at her like, she actually told me, you're really good. Who taught you? I said, no, nobody did. I just learned how to do this. And so 2 weeks later, I was laying in bed, because I live in New York. And Dr. Stacey NC Grant called me. She said, "Hey, come on down to downtown Brooklyn." It was at this hotel. And I'm thinking, oh man, maybe I'm gonna get some food. Mob up. I'm about to get fed in these streets. I get there, I think I went upstairs, and she said, "Yeah, I want to introduce you to somebody." I'm like, yo, it was Les Brown. I was like, yeah.
Oh my God, he's amazing.
So I took her, and I asked her, I said, "You really came through. You know how many people talk a good game?" I said, "I really just kind of blew it off. Like, yeah." She just told me that. She said, "Precious, you really are that good."
Wow.
And she said, and just think about that. I didn't ask her. And that's one of the things when you create your own lane. Again, listen to what I'm saying, y'all. Create your own lane. I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm not a transformational speaker. I'm not an inspirational speaker. You'll get all of that. I'm the killer pitch master. You start looking for people to help you with pitching, my name pops up. Don't go on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn will tell me, oh, you've had like 2,000 people search for you in a given week or 2 weeks or something like that. Oh, it's really about igniting your pitch and dominating your niche. If you want to be a motivational speaker, you'll get treated like everybody else. Les Brown has a thing. Tony Robbins, Lisa Nichols, they dominate their spaces. I can't compete with them. But when it comes to pitching, they can't compete with me. And that's no tea, no shade. I can't compete with them.
I can't even finish typing. I can't even finish typing because I'm not mad at you. And I think really at the end of the day, Precious, if you're not saying anything to anybody, I mean, you are saying a lot to everybody, but what you're saying is own your power. Know who you are. Stop second guessing yourself. Stop looking to somebody else to validate who you are. Stop looking to somebody else to be like, yeah, go Cheryl.
They're not. They're not going, but when you start making it, oh man, I always knew she was gonna make it.
What?
That's what we're gonna lie about now. That's what we're gonna talk about. Okay, we listen. Don't come around here no more. Yeah. Don't come around here no more. And also, Queen, if we could really keep it a buck, this is not something I felt in my 20s. Like I wanted to fit in, and I think that that's something that should also be addressed. Like as much. There's wisdom at 42 that I didn't have at 22. And that's why we, as women, as we get older, we need to nurture the next generation. We need to. And it's not just telling them platitudes, but also demonstrating it and telling the truth about the journey and not just the glitz and glam part. Because the glitz and glam, as fabulous as that may seem, let me tell you something. I'm in Vermont. I'm being treated well. Ain't a Birkin bag in sight. Don't care. I look good. I sound good. Baby, when those orders come through on a daily, nightly, weekly, monthly, that means more to me than a bag. It means people trust me enough to purchase a book from me and then upgrade to something else and then get a consultation and then want to work with me or introduce me to big people at the organization. Baby, that's more impressive to me than a bag or Gucci or Fendi. Baby, you can buy that. You can't buy the trust, and you got to earn that.
That part. So give me your website again, because I want to make sure I put it down here for the world to see.
It's www.perfect, PERFECT, pitches, PITCHES, by BY, precious, PRECIOUS.com. And on my site, you will see my book is right in. You can't get away from my book. It's right on the front page.
Which is by precious.com. Did I get that right?
You get on the front page. You be like, I can't get away. The book is right there. if you are looking to schedule a consultation with me, on my website, you'll see the schedule page. You can schedule time on my calendar. If you're looking to see what kind of services and products that I offer, you can go with the Work With Me page, and you'll see everything from my 2-hour laser focused coaching sessions, my digital products where you can learn at your own pace, or if you want to do a deeper dive. And let me just say this, y'all. I create the pitches for you. It's not for you to write them. I write them. We perfect them together. My one-on-one coaching programs, they're about making sure you have a number of pitches for different audiences. Because as we both know, how I speak to LinkedIn is not how I speak to Bottomless Closet. How I speak to Bottomless Closet is not how I speak to the Ford Foundation. Promise it's not. So different pitches require different things and different elements into it. And don't believe the hype of these fake me out gurus. If they ain't got no real receipts and all they can do is show you pictures with gurus, that ain't a receipt. Sorry, it's not a receipt. Show me a candid any day, and then I'll believe you.
Oh my God. I've just been so blessed. And we still got a few more minutes, so I'm going to take all the time that we have. One thing that I love about this platform is that I really do have an opportunity to meet amazing people like yourself. But it always goes by so quickly. And you have left so many words of wisdom. I say to the audience, if you're out there, ask questions. If you're trying to prepare to do a pitch or there's something that you want to hear from Precious, ask now. You got her. Ask her the questions. The more interactive it is, to me, the more rich it becomes. Although this has been pretty powerful without your questions.
You also have to understand, Quay. I know it was an hour later, but the people who are supposed to hear it will. And that's one of the things I always say about Bloom, where you're planted. Like, you ever plan for an event and in the back of your mind, like, no one's going to show up, and maybe 2 people show up for the first one. Let's just say maybe 2, maybe even 5, and you really wanted 100. At least you did it, so now you know how to pivot. Now you know how to change up the game. Versus the person that's always saying, "Oh, it can't be done." Well, you know what? I got 5 people. That's like, I trust people who actually have clients versus those who are just talking a good game. I'm having an event on May 22nd. It's called True Tea Time with Precious. And it's live. It's going to be virtual, but it's going to be live in Brooklyn. And what I really love is I'm a student of what I teach too. So just because you make it to a certain mountaintop doesn't mean that the climb is over. It just means that the challengers are different. And so when I reach out to my friends like, hey, come out and support me, and they say things like, oh, I'm gonna get it on Wednesday. Your girl be on them like, it's Wednesday.
Right.
And I know they be like, dang, this chick is serious and thorough. Listen, I came from homelessness and severe alcohol addiction, and I walked out of that. I'm not going back. So if one thing is I'm consistent and persistent, and as I know, as anybody would tell you, persistence always beats resistance. You keep telling me I wasn't gonna make it, I'm gonna blow it in your face and say #shock and awe. It's not a shock to God.
You said something that I think is very important for everybody to know, because we all go through things, and somehow we look at our flaws as an abomination. Like somehow we're flawed, and we can, because of whatever has happened or transpired in our lives, we can't move forward. You just said something, and I don't know that they caught it. And you said if you've gone from alcoholism to being homeless to being, we want to, I'm a firm believer that where you are is not your destination. It's just a measure in time of where you are. Don't lose hope. Don't lose sight of what's possible for you. Please do speak to that, because there are a lot of people, really, Precious, we walk around and we act like everything's perfect, and a lot of people are hurting. They're hurting really bad, but I think there's something powerful in what you just said, because you're an overcomer. So if you could share.
Yes, I can definitely share about that. Listen, when I was going through the hardest time of my life, the love of my life, the actor, died. And to be honest, a large part of it, everything died with him, right? I didn't know how to keep Curvy Girls going, because the catalysts and the expirations go. And I started drinking heavily, and slowly but surely it became a real bad addiction. And got into it with my business partner. I lost my home. I lost jewelry. I lost everything. I was reduced down to a blue dress, a blue coat, and a book bag from my big life after Shark Tank, after all these big things I'd done. And I felt like I had to kill myself. And that's something that didn't really enter my mind before, except for when I was a teenager. But I didn't know who I was without accolades. I didn't know what I was like without all the big names and stuff. And so I tried to take my life on my 38th birthday. And luckily, my cousin came home, the man whore that he is. He came home and he knew something was immediately wrong. When I woke up in the hospital, I was mad because I couldn't believe I was alive. I was so mad. And then when they got me on the proper medication, because I hadn't been taking my medication, 2 weeks later, I woke up and I was like, I'm alive. And then the reality hit, and I'm poor, broken, lonely. But I didn't know that God was like, oh, the fat lady ain't sang. Oh, it ain't over yet. Chapter 2 begins now. And I had my friend who was a social worker. She'd been calling around. Long story short, she got me right back to New York City. She got me into Crisis Respite, a beautiful place in Gramercy. And then she got me into the Bowery Mission Women's Center, which is not a shelter, it's a life transformation program funded by celebrities and stuff like that. People don't even know the place exists. They have no idea. They think of the Bowery Mission where the men are, and it looks kind of grungy. The women are in beautiful homes on the Upper East Side, on Astor Row in Harlem. Yo, we was living large, living large. L'Oreal comes through, home and HGTV sets. Y'all don't want that. Y'all don't really want to know that. Y'all don't really want to know. And think about that. He sent an angel. And I was in that program from February 28th, 2017 to September 1st, 2018, not running companies, but just doing discipleship and being in a Christ-centered program. I walked out. I had a very high-paying job, and I felt like that job. I don't want that job. I want to be precious again. And even though they told me it would never happen, I need to stay in the straight and narrow. Man, a fat lady said that I'm not doing it. And so I moved into my pastor's house with him and his wife. I'm still there. This is my 3rd year. And I went from being on the 3rd floor to a 2-bedroom apartment by myself in a pandemic. My rent went from 825 to 2200. Y'all don't know. I was evicted from 2 apartments back in the day, but I've been there 3 years. Paid in full. What? And you know what the change was? The change was really, I always hear Iyanla say, do the work. The change really happened when Pastor sat down with me and said they believed in me, and that's why they brought me in the house. And I'm not living up to that potential that they saw when I hit the stage. They were like, you need to do more of that. And you know what? That next day, I was on my thug this, I was on my grizzy grind. And even today, if he were here, he's in Brooklyn, he would tell you, I don't know what I said to her, but she did that. And even today, he'll say something like, so many people said you should be dead and buried. And you rose like the phoenix. I said, I always bounce higher than I do the last time. That's why I know if I hit rock bottom again, me and God gonna make this happen. Plus, the fat lady still ain't saying, because you know I'm gonna grab her in the throat. No, I'm not done yet.
Oh my God.
Was it easy? No. Did people dog me out? Those very same big names that I was talking to you about, oh, they all turned their back on me. So you know what I did? I got real creative. You won't open the door. Let me go find some people who ain't never seen nobody like me. And because they never seen nobody like me, I'm gonna turn it out. And because I turned it out, then the big company started. How'd she get that? Didn't she have to go through this person? I ain't got to go through nobody. Change up your network, you can change your life. You'll never be broke. You get on hard times, people will come through. I'm in Vermont. Do you know people are still sending food to my house in Brooklyn? Do you know that there's still packages showing up every day in Brooklyn for me, from my clients, from my friends who are just like, oh, I want to make sure Precious is okay. I want to make sure send her some natural food. Companies and corporations have sent things to my house like, hey, we know you're not feeling well. Who does that? When did it? I didn't have that the first time I was successful. Now, who could I call in Vermont? Nobody I knew. But my client called me. Hey, come through. Come through. Come through. I'm come get you. Come through. All right, we're going to do that.
Oh my God. Precious, first and foremost, I'm touched. My heart is touched. My spirit is touched I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. Our spirits are kindred, even though this is our first time. What's our first time meeting?
Right.
You know what I mean? We have talked before, but
Yeah, we definitely have.
yeah, but I'm just inspired by your story. I hope everyone who hears you understands your end is not your end. It's your beginning. And it's all about what is it that you want to manifest in your life? And then go make it happen and know that you can without a shadow of a doubt. That's faith. That's faith. That's faith all day, every day. Precious, I thank God for you. And I know my audience needs to hear you, but before I let you go, I want to help you. How do we support you, Queen? How do we uplift you, Queen? We need to make your book a #1 best-selling book. That's how the queens celebrate each other. We stand behind each other. How can we?
Well, again, as you said, I would love for you all to go to my website and purchase a book or a few for your daughters, your grandmothers, your girlfriends, whatever, whoever the sister friends that you have. Purchase books for them and let that speak to their soul. The other thing that you can do for me is if you work for companies, corporations, nonprofits, and foundations, if you would be able to make the warm introduction into me coming in and speaking, or them purchasing my books in bulk. That's a great way to become a bestseller, is when companies buy it in bulk, or you know what I mean? So that's great. Also, if you know of any women's conferences, summits, small retreats and things like that that are looking for a dynamic speaker who will be paid. Now, I'm not looking for the free stuff. But I'm looking for those paid opportunities where they can truly see what dynamic speakers really are like. When you recognize their talent and their gifts. I've been speaking for 26 years. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. And finally, just praying for me and the women that I bless with my talent, my skill set, and my abilities. Pray for me to go kill at these companies
Oh
and
man.
corporations, so they invite all of us into their. It's not cute for me to be there alone. It's not. We have to open the door for others, and also pray. I pray for all of you to practice self-care. It's not just getting your nails and toes done. It's getting the inside cleaned out. It's being able to eat good, wholesome food. And it's also able to be around people who uplift you and challenge you rather than bring you down or anything. So those are things that I ask for.
Well, I want you to know that I have a strong tribe, and we're here to support you. I thank you for being here. You really have touched my heart and spirit. You are amazing. This is only the beginning of many things for you and I. And I want to say to you and to everybody who listens tonight, thank you so much. Thank you for your time. I know it's late where you are, and we want you to enjoy all of Vermont, baby.
Thank you, Wade. I'm coming back tomorrow.
Okay. Well, I appreciate
you. Thank you so much.
God bless. Take
Bye.
you.